Hello everyone, it's Mustangofold here. So, we are now in 1.10 apparently. That has added an auto jump, which I'm sure will be the death of me. About 4 weeks ago, maybe 6, Squeaky Marbles, Raving Lunatic, Alchemy Girl, and myself went and explored a mine shaft that I had found when I was building the original nether loop. So, we have since spent a full evening in there with the 4 of us, mostly cleared it out. I returned over the next week and a half to finish clearing it out, and then I did some construction work in here. I might have some of the footage available, but it's pretty boring. It's me running around in a dark place lighting it up with very little in the way of encounters. So, I'll show you what I've done since then. This is our entry. Moved to match up correctly with the nether loop from where it originally formed. On this wall was the original portal. It showed up right in this area. Since then, constructed a pathway to the surface. I required that for a little something. The original item that caught my attention is behind that wall. It's a zombie spawner. So, a zombie spawner in that wall. Let's set up a simple little view to the surface across, drops them down onto this slab, which leaves them with little in the way of hit points. I believe it's usually about 1 hit, unless they've got items. There is a problem with this design, which I will have to address at some point. I believe it is right in this section. The baby zombies gather up and aren't carried up to the surface. We then explored and cleared out the rest of the mine, and I got a little excited because I have a spider spawner over here. Hey little guys. Nope. Good, no place for you to spawn. A spider spawner here. And a spider spawner here. I was so hoping I could make a double or a triple, however, that is not destined to be. Instead, I have 3 spawners that are about 5 to 10 spaces too far apart from any, or from each other. So at some point, I may return and build a single spawner in one area, and may commit sacrilege and break the other spawners. However, for now, I'm leaving them be. Now, this abandoned mineshaft went on forever. And I can still get quite lost in here without much effort. But in the end, we went far enough out that we were able to put in another portal to find our way back. And a couple of access points were located that led into the existing caverns, and there were some mishaps in them as well. But, in addition, at the other end of one of those caverns, sorry, I have not explored this completely, we were able to locate another portion of an abandoned mine shaft. It's a huge area. Right now the only purpose I have for it is the zombie spawner and exploration. However, I have so many projects on the go that I need to work on. At best I will be here for experience and, well, zombie drops. Okay, so that's the abandoned mine and what we've built in it. It's fairly close to town and the Guardian farm. So now I'm going to head out and I'll show you what I've done at the Guardian farm. Well, we're back at Kraken's Doom, which is the lowest level of the Guardian farm. This is also where I have my mines set up for my base. My base is above the farm. So, these head out basic strip mine, or branch mining rather. They go out about 150 spaces. Figured that was far enough. And as I need them, I'll just go down one, back up another, which is just over a full stack of torches and about 6 iron picks to take care of it. Yes, I have a diamond pick, but this is my last diamond pick. I have not enchanted anything, and for just straight out mining where I'm not really interested in anything except breaking blocks, I will generally use iron picks because wood and iron are pretty much infinite. They just take a little time and space. Apparently, the blocks here were quite popular. Last week I came in and we had a grand total of 8 double chests of shards remaining, and at the same time we had about 15 double chests of crystals remaining. So, as crystals should be much more rare than shards, I was investigating a bunch. Red Garion is using a lot of the shards. He'd show up, craft them, which is exactly what he's supposed to do, and then he'd head out. However, we had a problem, which is I wasn't online a lot at my base, and the time it took for him to craft and for what he was doing at the base, we were not replenishing the supplies because of the bottleneck, where this is a 2x2 opening. You remember the Guardians would all bottleneck and not fall through. So I cost myself a few lives and a day or so of work. I also had the assistance of Alchemy Girl at that time to take care of this. What I did was I used the pistons, the emergency shutdown, and shut down access. Then from underneath, I dug out a 2x4 space. Can't make it any wider, unfortunately, or any more depth to it in this direction, but I was able to widen it out one set of spaces this way. I put the hoppers back here, put signs in to hold the water, so what happens now is, when they bottleneck, like this, they eventually stop swimming and they'll fall through the water as well as the air space. So this ends up being the best method. They drop through, they hit 4 levels of lava, they then hit the ground. A large number will die at that height, but with the lava being 2 spaces above, every time they jump, they generally reignite themselves, so they all die. We do get some item loss still, but we get a much larger throughput of creatures coming in and dying on the hoppers to drop their items. Somehow I'm collecting ink sacs, which I shouldn't be doing. They're supposed to be getting gathered up, shuffled over. Oh my, did I make a mistake there? Oh goodness, I appear to be missing a hopper and have a sea lantern instead. Oh, that could be why I'm running so low on those items. I'll be back. Okay then. Now that I'm back. Yep, that does not connect. So that should help get the actual items moving. Yeah. Okay, so those should move. They are probably completely full. Always something when I mess with stuff. Now, if you hang out here, you can be shot. But there's no way to fix that issue at this point. Oh, and that still works. I had to rewire it, as I said. It does handle the bottleneck fairly quickly. So, pistons open, raining of guardians commences, and the bottleneck has mostly cleared. Bottleneck has cleared on the surface already. Next up, farm level. Okay, this is the farm level. On this side, what I've done is create simple little tree farm. I manually climb in, chop down the trees, and replant them once the leaves have gone. Currently, I have jungle trees set up because simple square, whatever you have planted grows up. You go in, manually chop it down. Anything that you don't catch on the way down hits the water, gets pushed into hoppers. The hoppers then deposit your items off to the side. You then replant. That's this side of the farm level. I am most likely putting a small garden or crop level out at this side. Whoops, a little too far. Auto jumped again. I will have to figure out how to get rid of that because it is a pain in the butt. Future project, garden. Over here, other items that grow. This was our staging area. I plan on removing it, making this the new access point, and the same design basically as that for the gardens and over here. Currently, I have cactus growing, sugarcane, cactus, sugarcane, cocoa beans, and my chickens. 1.10 recently dropped. What that meant is these the skeleton horses that were in here, where we could just set a slab here and a slab here, and they would think it was too small to get through because they'd only register one full open block, sorry, 2 open blocks, I guess, no longer worked. they were hopping over them. So I've had to narrow it down so they physically cannot get through at 1.5 blocks. So currently dirt until I can figure out something else with materials on hand. That covers farm level at the moment. Next up, my little winged base. Okay, so this is the base. Currently I have my bedroom and a storage room. The storage room has no sorting systems in it, so this is all manual. It's going to be more my, I don't know, my more day-to-day needs items or more exotics. I have 39 double chests in here for storage, so more than enough, especially since there's no sorting system. It'll all be manually stored. It's probably going to be more the exotic storage items, stuff that I will have a harder time finding, that I will put up here. My bedroom is quite simple. It has a great view though. Well, clear glass add-on. And if I come from the surface, I can see further out than what I'm currently set to. So I get an even better view. And we're pretty much at the level of clouds. Yeah, 120. Which means the farm should be loaded and functioning when I stay up here. So in future, when I'm building here, this should continue to operate and build up our reserves. It's my crafting area up top. Fairly simple. May or may not expand on it. We shall see. So, that kind of concludes what's been going on in-game, that I've been the primary builder. I've assisted with some other things, but not a lot. I have mostly been tied up in the real world. I've spent close to a week prepping for a 3-4 day event on the May long weekend with my team. So that tied me up for about a week. My weekends I have been tied up taking some testing for educational purposes. Those end this week. I've been planning a few projects, but have not been in game to work on them. So, give me some feedback. What would you like to see? Just more of whatever I'm up to? Or is there anything specific you'd like me to try to work on or figure out? Let me know what you think of the work I've been doing. Let me know if there are any projects you'd like me to work on. Just give me some feedback. Otherwise, I will continue to put these videos out whenever I have the time to do the work, do the editing, and uploading. I'm out. Have a good day.